Winning France's first World Cup on home soil with one of the greatest individual performances in history was just the start for the incomparable Zinedine Zidane. For 17 magical seasons, the football world was blessed to witness the mercurial feats of Zidane. He won everything as a player: Champions Leagues, La Liga, and Serie A titles, 3 World Player of the Year awards, and famously for France, a European Championship and a World Cup. Coupled with his renowned elegant ball control, vision, and unwavering self-belief was an edge, a toughness that would mark his career. A toughness learnt on the streets. Marseille is regarded as the most uncompromising and deprived of French cities. La Castellane is a council estate located in its northern suburbs where Zidane was born, the youngest of 5 siblings to Algerian parents. Football was what the kids played in the public square of the Housing Commission estate, and where the greatest footballer France has produced learnt his craft. At the age of 13, he'd signed with AS Cannes. By 17, he was in the senior team, and in his first full season, helped the club finish 4th in France's top league, the team's highest finish in over 40 years. It was sublime. His feet spoke with the ball.
The soccer player that inspired me when I was 11, 12 was Enzo Francescoli, the player who was playing in Marseille at the time.
There was also another side to Zidane, which his coaches at AS Cannes had discovered: an inner rage. He often clashed verbally with opposition fans and spent the early weeks at the club on cleaning duty as punishment for punching an opponent who'd mocked his ghetto origins. But Zidane's climb to greatness would not be slowed by racist slurs or overzealous defenders. A move to Bordeaux continued his ascension, earning his first French cap in a friendly against the Czech Republic in 1994. He celebrated the honor in style, scoring twice on debut to bring his nation back from a 2-0 deficit. The legend of Zidane was taking shape, and while English clubs Blackburn and Newcastle rejected his emerging presence in French football, punctuated by his first major individual award, the 1996 Ligue 1 Player of the Year, Italian giant Juventus swooped. And he had an immediate impact, helping the old lady win the Serie A title. The Frenchman was now excelling under Europe's brightest lights. And while he scored twice from the penalty spot in his major international tournament debut at Euro '96, France was eliminated in the semi-finals. Zidane's star was on the rise, and it was about to go to another stratosphere. By the time France was hosting the World Cup in 1998, Zinedine Zidane was one of the hottest players in world football. But Brazil's Ronaldo was the 2-time reigning World Player of the Year. The Frenchman would soon change that. But his debut World Cup started ingloriously, that inner rage once again rearing its head. Zizou became the first French player to receive a red card in the history of the event. His 2-match suspension for stomping on Saudi Arabia's captain, Faoud Amin, meant he wasn't available until the quarter-finals against Italy. He returned to guide the host nation through to the final against defending champions Brazil and Ronaldo. The stage was set. After a moderate tournament by his standards, Zidane made the final his own. A brilliant header from a corner at the 27th minute gave France the lead, and then in the final minute of the opening half, he scored again. The end result was a 3-0 World Cup victory and Zidane was a national hero.
Petit souvenir pour moi.
France against Brazil in '98 is a minor memory for me. No, I'm only joking. Obviously, it's one of the greatest memories of my life as a soccer player and in general. It was fantastic to win a World Cup in France with the French team against the great Brazil. It's obviously fantastic.
France-Brésil.
He was named FIFA World Player of the Year and also won the 1998 Ballon d'Or as Europe's finest talent. The accolades began to flow. His status as the world's best player was confirmed at Euro 2000, where he again guided France to victory, was named Player of the Tournament, and secured his second World Player of the Year award. Zidane was from another planet. When Zidane stepped onto the pitch, the 10 other guys just suddenly got better. It is that simple. Real Madrid paid a record transfer fee for Zidane's services in 2001, and he produced an extraordinary goal in the 2002 Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen.
My goal, well, it entered into the history books. I think that scoring that goal is something that happens just once in a lifetime. It happened to me, so I'm happy.
After a third World Player of the Year award in 2003, Zidane was again France's best player at Euro 2004, scoring 3 goals, but Les Bleus were eliminated at the quarter-final stage by eventual champions Greece. The inevitable conclusion to his international career, a moment of dread for his adoring fans, was confirmed after that tournament at 32. Life without Zidane was unpalatable for the French, who begged him to come out of retirement after they'd struggled in the early stages of qualifying for the 2006 World Cup. His return as captain was met with hysteria, even from his teammates, who were then inspired to book a spot in Germany. God is back. There is little left to say. In the lead-up to the World Cup, Zidane announced he would be retiring permanently from the game after the tournament. Fittingly, he scored in his 155th and final game for Real Madrid. Another suspension in the final qualifying round meant Zidane missed the opening game of the World Cup. He returned in style, named man of the match in the quarter-final against Brazil, and then scored the winning penalty against Portugal in the semi-final. Before the final against Italy, Zidane was presented the Golden Ball for Best Player of the tournament. 7 minutes was all it took for him to once again deliver. This time another penalty, which made him just the 4th player in history to score in 2 World Cup finals. Marco Materazzi equalized for Italy at the 19th minute, which forced the final into extra time. But at the 110th minute, Zidane's life and his legend changed forever. In a moment of madness, he headbutted Materazzi in the chest and was sent off. In his absence, France lost the penalty shootout, plunging a nation into mourning. Some say it tarnished Zidane's legacy. Others, including the highest office in the country, threw their arms around him.
Cher Zinedine Zidane, ce que je veux vous dire.
Zinedine Zidane, I want to express all the nation's admiration, fondness, and respect as well, despite these very difficult moments of your career.
De la nation tout entière, son respect aussi. Mais l'affection.
You are a brilliant soccer player,
Vous êtes un virtuose,
a genius of football.
un génie du football mondial.
You are a passionate man,
Vous êtes aussi
a man of conviction,
de cœur.
and that is why France admires you and loves you.
Et c'est pour cela que la France vous admire et vous aime.
Zidane refused to apologize for his actions, claiming he was provoked, and it was later revealed Materazzi had insulted the Frenchman's sister. This isn't justification. This isn't an excuse. But my passion, temper, and blood made me react. That edge, born on the tough streets of Marseille. In retirement, Zidane became ambassador for the UN and also returned to his family's roots of Algeria. After the sacking of Real Madrid manager Rafael Benitez in January 2016, Zidane assumed the top job and had instant success, leading the Galacticos to its record 11th Champions League trophy.
C'est de continuer à gagner.
I want to continue to win. For me, soccer is my life. It's my passion. It's a pleasure to do what I love. And my dream is to continue to win. That is my goal.
C'est mon objectif, c'est toujours de gagner.
Thanks for watching. For more great content on all things football, make sure you hit the subscribe button.